Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the TheRcSaylors. Welcome to our RC family and to our airfield up at our club field. If we're lucky, we might see an airplane or two in the background with other club members flying today. But what we want to show you is this Holy Stone drone. This is the HS700, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is probably our most advanced Holy Stone drone to date. I'm very excited to share this with you. I already know what the verdict of this video is going to be, but let's take a closer look and see what comes in the box. It's crazy windy. Then we're going to fly this for you and let you know if we think it's worth your hard-earned money or not. Here's the drone itself. Now I've intentionally left one of the landing gear off because I want to show you how you install it, which is probably one of my favorite features. But if you're interested in this drone at any point in time, we'll have the drone linked in the description box below. There's a few things that I'm excited to talk about with you and a few things that I'm not so excited to talk about with you. So let's start with the good stuff. This is a GPS brushless motor drone. It is a premium quality drone. This is not a budget drone. So you should expect some good results out of something like this. And let's start with, I think, one of my favorite features of the drone, which is oddly enough, the landing gear. I went ahead and installed the first one and the camera just to see how it all fit together. And I left this side off so I can show you guys how awesome this is. I don't know if you're new to the channel, then you won't know this about me, but if you've been around, you know installing landing gear is probably one of my least favorite things to do on these drones. A lot of times the screwdriver just doesn't fit right, it strips the screws. Usually you got to put these screws down in here. It's a big headache, but check this out. There is a key lock and turn system on this. It's even labeled R and R, L and L for right and left. And this little keyed piece of plastic fits in this part of the drone at that specific angle. Actually, this might work a bit easier if I just take the camera off, which is kind of cool. I can show you how easy that is. So let's do the landing gear. This fits in only one way, just like that. And then it can turn while it's in here, but you just pivot the landing gear and it's already locked in place. But the back leg, as you turn, just locks into this groove and listen, snaps into place. Now if you want to take the landing gear off, you pull that out, you twist this around, and the landing gear comes off. Oh my goodness, finally. Now, that's probably one of the best features of this drone, okay? For the price that you're paying,
which is 300 and how much?
$330. I just don't know if that cool landing gear system can justify the price tag. $330. Guys, recently on the channel, we featured a drone. I think it was the JJ-RC, JJ Pro, something or the other. We'll have it carded at the top of this video. We'll probably link it at the end of this video. It came in at quite literally half the price, and in my opinion, should do everything that this drone does.
I just double checked it. It's still $330.
Yes.
It says save $20 with coupon, so maybe if you're a Prime member, you can clip a coupon and save $20, which would make it $310.
Pretty crazy if you ask me. Yeah, I'm not saying this is going to be a bad product, but in my opinion, for really the same thing, why would you pay double the price? Now, some people say, hey, I only want to shop on Amazon. I only want the premium brand name, like having a Nike swoosh on the side of your shoe. But you know what? I wear Champion shoes that cost $15, and they do the same thing that Nike shoes do at $200. I just don't know why a person would want to pay double the price. But that's just my opinion. Welcome to the channel. Okay, here is our flight battery. You know what? You know what's really funny about the RC world? People will tell us you're stupid not to get the one that's half price that does the same thing, but in the truck world, if you buy something that is the budget version, people seem to get very upset that you did not support the, premium name brand. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, this is a 2-cell 2800 milliamp LiPo battery. It does feel heavy, feels like it's a pretty good battery. We should get close to a 15, maybe even a 20-minute flight time with
Would
that.
the other Bugs batteries fit in there? Man, that looks really similar.
It is the same. This is a carbon copy of.
So you think the batteries would fit in there?
This is just a rebranded drone. That's all this is.
Yeah.
I do, yes.
And it looks a little different though.
I didn't pop that all the way in.
It's rounder.
There's no on-off button here, so when you push this in, it turns on. So bear that in mind. There's going to be a binding process and a calibration process when we go through with the rest of this drone. Here's the transmitter. You'll notice things are labeled. I like that a lot. We have our auto takeoff, auto land, lock and unlock the motors, return to home, photo video button. Now, unlike the JJRC JJ Pro version that we recently did on the channel, there was a knob up here which allowed you to tilt that camera up and down in flight. This one has the knob, but it's locked in place, so there's no camera adjustment on this drone. So that's one less feature already that we're having to deal with, even though we paid more for it. For the drone's flight battery, you have this little charger that has the proprietary backpack system, but it does charge via USB to micro USB on here. Just plugs in like that. Charge via USB. It took like, I don't know, 3 hours to charge. It took a little while. And then this little rubber stopper was kind of funny. I thought I was going to break something with this, but when you get this, you just have to pop this little rubber stopper out. And the first time I pulled that out, I had to get a pocket knife to get a grip on that and pull that out. So just know that you're not breaking anything by doing that. It's supposed to happen. So again, I just don't know who would actually buy this, but we're still going to show you what you get. Now here's where Holystone tries to justify their extra $140 price tag. You get a $140 LiPo bag. Now, nothing against, Holystone, they do a good job. They just tend to overprice. And it's because they're selling on Amazon. But it is a nice LiPo bag. I like the shape because you can run your cords and things out of it. It's not a traditional style. They give you, this is always funny, they give you a flight log book, because this isn't worth 10 cents at the dollar store. You can record all your flights in here. It's nice, it's cool, it's a nice little afterthought. I like the extra bells and whistles that they give you, but again, hard to justify the price point. 4 spare props, screwdriver, and a prop tightening and removing tool. Very cool. Guys, if you do get this and you happen to not get the instruction manual or something and you need the QR code for the app, here it is for you. Happy to give that to you. Just freeze the frame, scan that with your, yes. Now it does have a camera, okay? And you saw me messing with that earlier. This is not a GoPro style camera because there's no buttons on it at all. All this camera is designed to do is plug in to the side of the camera and then the bottom of the drone. So the drone is providing power and functionality to the camera. You cannot take that off and use it as a separate GoPro. But you can take that off, and you could actually put your own GoPro on there, because you can take this out, but the camera mounting system is still down there. And you can see the big piece of foam I put on there. In this video, I just jammed as much foam in there as I possibly could. They give you 2 pieces of foam. Sometimes I don't put the foam in there. In this case, I put all the foam in there. Let's see how it looks. I think it's going to be a little bit shaky. And get a little lens cap for your camera too. Don't forget to take that off, and the little protective layer. This is a $330 drone. I don't mean to be...
Where's the gimbal?
Yeah, exactly. I don't mean to be like brushing by everything on this so quickly, but here's basically the final verdict. I know this is going to perform fine, because Holystone stuff always does. I just know that it's overpriced. Why isn't it $250 overpriced? I feel like that would be a fair price point. Okay, you want to shop on Amazon because you have an Amazon card. You're an Amazon Prime member. I just can't justify paying literally double the price.
Put it in the air, maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah, let's do it. There, that unlocked the motors, and then I hit auto takeoff. And yes, we have some serious wind today.
But this is a GPS drone.
It's a GPS drone. Now, I think that GPS mode is off, so let me turn it on with the little switch. And I want to fly up some, make it easier for everyone to see. fly back over close to us and we'll see how it does holding in this wind. So the video footage that you're watching is going to be fairly shaky from the drone because of the wind, but we should be able to distinguish wind movement versus like jello vibrations.
And it's not saving to my phone. It should be saving to the memory card in the drone.
It is an included micro SD card, and it is odd that your phone keeps going to sleep with this app, right?
I've never seen my phone do that ever. Usually when my phone goes black, it locks.
Yes.
So I don't know what this app, it's like the app is falling asleep.
Our Wi-Fi FPV feed
is not even working.
Shows that we're still actually on the ground. So hopefully something's recording for you guys. And it going down right now is all it. I'm not touching that. So is it trying to land, or can it just not do altitude hold? I'm going to push it back up. We did do the calibration, and the calibration was just as successful and simple as...
I hit record on the transmitter.
Yeah, and I've got a little video icon on my transmitter now.
Let's try that.
Hopefully one of the two works. But the calibration process was just as simple and just as good as the Bugs 3 Pro, that GPS drone, and just as good as the TheRcSaylors drone. Now, so far, I am very unimpressed with this. It is just not working the way it should. My Wi-Fi feed on the phone still shows the drone on the ground, though the picture of the grass is pretty good. Now my transmitter shows quite a few bits of telemetry. I have it in, it says Model 2, I think they mean Mode 2. It shows my transmitter battery life, my receiver battery life. I have signal strength, and it says I have 19 satellites connected, which is crazy awesome. Height would be 3 meters high, and distance would be 5 meters out. It defaults to meters. Abby, I know you're messing with the phone, but I am going to fly out and up a bit just to get a feel for the drone.
I'm just trying to get the app to work.
Yeah, assuming that this is recording, because it says it is, we should have some video saving to that micro SD card. I had much higher expectations for this Holystone drone. Generally speaking, they have really good products. They're just overpriced, as I've already said like 20 times in this video. And I was hoping for the same in this, but the app isn't working, and it just doesn't have as many bells and whistles as the TheRcSaylors JJ Pro one does for literally half the price. I just can't believe that. You guys, if this helps tell you... okay, good.
I had to completely disconnect the app and then reconnect it, and now it's there.
Now the funny thing is, is that timer up there? Did you hit record?
I did not hit record, so now I don't know what's
Here's what I'm going to do.
Timer.
I am going to press the record button on my transmitter. And now that went away. And now I'm going to press record on the app. And so we've made 3 attempts to get some kind of recording to you guys. Hopefully one of these saves. I can look on my app, and the drone itself is holding really steady, but the video is very shaky. Again, that's because we do not have a camera gimbal. And at this price, at $330, why wouldn't, if you have $330 to spend, go mow 5 yards, save another $100, and buy something like the DJI Spark. I mean, honestly, right? Right? I can agree with that. I don't know. There might...
if you got,
I don't want to sugarcoat this.
Let us know if you guys agree to that. Like,
it probably sounds like I got something against Holystone right now, but I'm just really disappointed because generally they have such good products.
At this price point, we've seen drone manufacturers attempt to have gimbals, and they didn't even try.
No, at $330, there should be like a single axis, two axis, some kind of gimbal from Holystone. You know, whew. I love seeing that Holystone is trying to up their game. They are not just doing toys, because I would not classify this as a toy. This is absolutely a hobby grade drone with brushless motors, that size battery. You've got a camera, you know, Wi-Fi FPV that's actually good.
Yeah, I mean
it's working fine. It's a little stuttery.
It's skipping a little bit, yeah.
All the telemetry is in our app now, and yeah, it looks great. It really does. Like, you can really see what's going on
when it's playing smoothly.
And you can get a good shot. You can adjust your camera angle on the ground, so if you don't like the camera angle that I'm shooting at, you can adjust that. Now we have a follow me and a circle me feature. I think I should test those because why watch our videos if we're not going to test the features? So
Okay.
let me run out there and test them. Abby, you...
Okay, just bring the drone down and close to yourself.
I will, yeah. Because we tried this one other time and it didn't work until we got it within a certain range.
Yeah.
You have to be, when you do these
Fairly
features,
close.
yeah, you have to start fairly close. That's right. Let's do that.
Run! So which one are you doing first?
I'll do follow me.
He's gonna do follow me first. So when he hits that function, he's gonna start walking away or running toward it, and it should adjust based on where he is. And look guys, fall colors, finally. That's so awesome. Oh, I know, he brought it really low now, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see the drone. Okay, he turned it. I think it's probably facing, yeah, it's facing him now. Okay, he's not touching the controller, and the drone is moving. You'll see it right there, yeah. Now he's running. So it's not gaining any altitude. It seems to be staying pretty steady with the height. I mean, that's working. It seems to be following him to a T. We'll have to hear what he says about it when he comes back, but that looked pretty good. Okay, it looks like he's going out of that, and then I think he's gonna do circle me mode. So basically, he'll be like a point of interest, and the drone is gonna circle around him. And he's just adjusting it. Hopefully he puts the drone a little higher in the sky, because it is like almost ready to land. Okay, hopefully it doesn't hit the pole. It's going, he's got it in circle me. That is a big circle. A big circle. Where's it going? What in the world? Nate said he's controlling the altitude. You are, right? He's only controlling altitude. How wide of a circle it's doing is all the preset in this function of this drone. It is circling though. I'm glad he has control over the altitude though, because it would have slammed into the building. And that is a very wide circle. That was a weird circle. That circle was weird. It was like, it didn't like circle you, it like circled away from you. I don't know.
So a couple things. There's a possibility that while doing the follow me function, or even going into the follow me function, it may have stopped recording. So if you didn't get that video footage, I apologize. But I've made sure we have some kind of indicator going. There's both an indicator on my transmitter and on the app now, so hopefully there is some footage. The follow me function kind of worked. It wasn't very reactive to me. It was very sluggish. It took
It
a few.
didn't look like that from my point of view.
I mean, the drone was moving, but it didn't keep me in frame very well.
Okay.
I'm hoping that recorded so you guys can see that.
Could you have controlled the altitude
Yes,
of it during that?
during
Okay, 'cause
follow me.
It was really low.
Yes. Yeah, I could have. And it probably would have done better if I was a little higher and a little farther away. So in all fairness, I may not have given it the best possible scenario. Now, as I said, it was just a little bit sluggish and slow to react. I've seen others do better, but I've seen others do way worse. So that is just like a falls right in the middle score. The circle me function was kind of funny. I started it at what I thought was a fairly close range, looking directly at me, and then I pressed circle me, and it swung really wide. Now I noticed how wide it was going, so I'm the reason it gained any altitude. You can adjust the throttle as it's doing that. So I gave it throttle and it went up and continued to circle me. Ultimately, kind of looked really cool, that shot. It was a circle and going up and progressively getting wider at the same time. Ultimately, and that's a really cool shot, but it wasn't totally intentional, so just bear that in mind.
Now you have like waypoints?
There's a map down here, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have waypoints, but we will try. I think it's down here in the bottom right. Yes, we do. So I will just point
The map is
1,
loading
2,
now.
3,
So you have no
4.
idea.
And I'm going to hit submit. Yes.
Yeah,
And
the map never loaded though.
The map did not load, but the waypoints are working. So as soon as I hit go, it is going and cruising around to the little points that I gave
And you
it.
can see it heading to the points.
The bottom left still has the FPV going. I'm going to go up some while it does that because there are power lines back there that I do not want it to hit. So it's at a pretty good altitude now, and I'm just going to let it cruise around. Go from, now it's at point number 2, and it's flying to point number 3. I'm not touching the controls at all. Some people might love the idea of autonomous flying like this. Personally, if I'm flying a drone, I like to feel like I'm in control, but how cool would it be to show off to a friend to just put in 4 waypoints like this, set the controller down, and your drone just flies around completely on its own. Now it's done with those, so I can just hit my video icon again and just take back over. I have control of the drone again. I'm just flying it around at my own leisure now.
The only issue with that is a map should have loaded where we can see like the roads and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just a grid.
Yeah, but the grid did okay. I'm not complaining about that. It did okay.
Well, people want to know.
Yes. Yep.
And I gotta restart my camera. Which is a good thing because that means it's hitting a 12-minute flight time so far.
Good, and we're throwing functions at it. It's not like it's just hovering there. Yeah. I think we should test return to home while the battery life is good.
Okay.
And the same thing applies, just so you guys know, if the transmitter loses signal or if your batteries in your transmitter die, it will automatically return to home. So let's see how accurate it is. I'm just going to press home.
On the transmitter, not the app.
And it actually lit up the button
cool.
in the app too.
It seems like they're communicating a little bit better
right now
that I restarted all
this. It looks like it's flying. It didn't go up much. It's at 15 meters, so it's not super high up. I wish it'd fly a little higher before returning, but there wasn't much delay in its decision to fly back to home. Let's see how long it takes for it to decide to land while it's in that position there. I think one reason they do that is safety. If you realize, oh, return to home is now over someone's car because someone parked there after I took off, or there are kids playing right where it took off, you have time to react and move that and catch the drone. But as it's flying right now, I'm just letting it do everything. And that was a really nice, smooth landing. Abby, I think you should just give it a shot.
Oh, cool. I didn't think I was going to get to fly.
Yeah. Now, you probably have less than half the battery left. But just press the motor lock button.
Okay.
And then auto takeoff is right by that.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Very easy. So now
20 satellites now.
I saw that, but look on your transmitter. It shows 19.
Huh, okay.
Yeah.
So the phone and the transmitter differ a little bit.
I don't know how accurate that could be because even DJI drones get like 13 or 14 satellites.
Not here. I mean, like,
right.
it doesn't hit.
I've never really seen a super expensive drone get more than that. So for it to say that there's 19 satellites is kind of boasting some pretty high, almost unbelievable numbers.
So there's no rates?
No rates. Nope. Now you could probably increase or decrease your flight, like
so this is cool.
geofence.
So there's some like safety beginner settings kind of thing on here that you can turn on. Right now they're off, but you can set the maximum flight altitude, maximum flight distance, and radius. And then has a detection tab, but that's basically like your compass calibration, and ours is all check marked, so that means we're good to go. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Just trying to look in the app here, see what is going on. We can see the transmitter battery is 100%. Drone battery is 50%. It doesn't say a number, but it does show like a battery status bar.
Right, it has like 4 or 5 notches, and 2 of our notches are gone, and two remain, it looks like.
And the app is still working fine.
Yeah.
Now that I reset it, it's a shame that that happened when we took off originally, but now that I've reset it, it seems fine.
I still think it would be nice to have the camera pitch available, you know? Because they didn't even, like, the rolling bar is there, but it doesn't function. Oh, and there we go.
That was so short.
Yeah.
Oh, at least I got it.
I like this style of drone. I do. I really like the JJRC JJ Pro version, and I somewhat liked the Bugs 3 Pro version of this. It's a good setup. You have a really nice transmitter that Bugs MJX designed. I think they designed it because they're the first ones I've ever seen and consistently have the same transmitter. Now we've got other brands. They must have sold the IP to this setup because we're seeing multiple brands pick it up. JJ Pro, I don't know how they are able to get it so much cheaper, but it's way cheaper than the Holystone version. It's way off base, way off base. And I think that holiday sales coming up, you're going to get unsuspecting parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles buying things as gifts for their kids, grandkids, whatever, and not realizing what they're getting into, just paying $330 some odd dollars, thinking that, okay, it's $300, it's got to be good, and it is. But to the people that care about their money and where it's going, you'll regret buying this, because you could have had the same drone with actually one more feature, the camera tilt control, for half the price. Wow. I mean, that's huge. We don't see that very often. We see things a lot of times that are $10 cheaper, $20 cheaper, but $140 cheaper when we're talking $330 versus 170 bucks. And that's huge, right? Huge.
Huge.
I do think that, again, good quality product. Holystone, you just need to lower your price if you want to sell this. I mean, you're going to miss the boat. You're going to get stuck with a ton of these things. You're going to be the next Zero Explorer company with just not, you got to stay in the right pricing margins.
Competitive.
You got to be competitive. That's right. And hopefully they heed the advice. Maybe some guys out there have picked this up just because they didn't do any research. But anyone that does their research, just know that you just saved a bunch of money by watching our video.
Yeah, go check out that JJRC drone that we'll have on the end screen.
Yes, and if you appreciate saving the money, if you appreciate us being honest with you guys, please support us on Patreon. We'll have a link in the description box below. To those of you that are patrons, thank you. We couldn't do this without you. And hopefully you guys, I know you guys appreciate a video like this, because this has been a highly requested drone on our channel lately, and I'm glad we were able to bring this to you. Solid drone, overpriced. That's it in a nutshell. I knew it from the very beginning. But that confirmed it. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll have this linked in the description box below, Patreon linked. We'll have the better drone linked at the end of this video. Check them all out. Check them out. It's worth your time. Christmas is coming up around the corner. If you want to get a nice drone for yourself, it's time to start shopping around. Watch our videos. If you're looking for a gift for someone else, let us know in the comments section. I'll make recommendations all day long. And I'll even send links to our videos and stuff when I have the time. I love to be able to sit down and talk with you guys. I always read your comments and I reply as often as I can. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye!